Hello, 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 everybody. It is Tammy coming to you live from my office today. It is 4:20. It is 4:20 somewhere. It's probably 4:20 a lot of places, but it's definitely 4:20 here. It's actually 4:29. So do me a favor as you jump on here. Tell me hello and tell me where you're watching from, and tell me that you can hear me okay because I got new technology I'm putting. Today is a very interesting day, and I am very excited to kind of come live this afternoon and and in advance of what tonight is all about. And I've got this headset on. Can y'all hear me good? Because I can't stand this. Heather, can you hear me okay? Everything good? All the sounds?
Are you
Good.
ready?
I had to do that. I like the sound effects. I cannot do this with the headphones on. I feel very stopped up with these on, and it feels very claustrophobic to me. So I'm going to set these here if y'all can hear me okay. I see a thumbs up, so I'm going to go with that. Yes. Um, I would love for you to do me a favor. Drop, as always, a hashtag Grateful Fed. Facebook is still hiding me in the bottom of the feed, which happens. But this journey of Hometown Hippie and is going to be, it has been this crazy, um, amazing ride. And it is continuing to be an amazing and crazy ride. But from where we began and what we started doing and how this all started, and I kind of took a step back today. And here's the thing: didn't realize today was going to be as big as it is on the live, um, but it is, and it's okay. And the people that are here, my soul sister Heather is who's supposed to be here for this. Um, so back in 2019, I've told the story before about how it was really a really awful time, and we talk about this a lot here at Hometown Hippie Group. Right? We talk about the power of one, and I didn't know for how many years and how many days I spent not having the energy to power this and to know where this journey started and not even knowing the day that it started because the home therapy journey started the day that my journey started back to living again started. I've come to realize that I am the home therapy, right? I'm the brand. Hi Nancy, hi Heather. Thank y'all for joining me today. Like I said, this is a bigger. I got some really exciting things to tell y'all and share with you, and some affirmations that things are going to be okay. Volume is low. Is that better? Let me do this. Mantra. Is that better, Heather? Is that better? Uh, I have music all the way down. I don't think I need to have that up, but is that any better? Tell me if that is any better for volume. Yes. Okay. Volume is better. So, I realized that the actual like story of the hometown hippie, whenever I'm trying to sit down and tell the story of hometown hippie and the business, that the business is it started long before the first piece of cannabis butter kind of went through the crock pot. And literally that's the first place it went through. I spent a year making butter in several different forms of crock pots. Well, not different forms. I had several different crock pots, and I would spend 13 hours in three crock pots making butter. right? And playing and fiddling and figuring out. And I think the hippie part came before. I think the hometown part came, then the hippie part came. You know, it was not just about the cannabis. And back in the day, it was about like reclaiming my health, reclaiming my connection to source, rebuilding my relationships with me, my husband, my family, my friends, my community. Um, and when I sit down to talk about hometown hippie and the things that I want to talk about, um, it's so much bigger than edibles. It's so much bigger than edibles. And I think that's what sets this group apart. Because even if you're someone who is here and you have no interest at all in cannabis in any shape or form, you just like the woo woo stuff or the funny stuff. But you're someone who has a job that doesn't allow you to partake or whatever, but you're still here for it, right? And so when this started, I met someone who I have known forever and a day, and I met her as I rolled back into my hometown. Uh, it's like a Thursday, and we're a Saturday, right? Right around the fall time of the year, and we're in Walmart, and we're just how we do. You go down the aisle, you're just back from your hometown. You see somebody you haven't seen in a long time. You're very good friends, so of course you're going to go, "What is going on?" She's now got two almost grown children. She's it let me know that she and her husband they've really gotten involved in the um, growing of hemp and CBD and hopefully in the cannabis market because birds of a feather would open up a little bit and what they were up to and the things she was doing and all of the things and we genuinely just reconnected as human beings, right? And she's in my soul family. It's obvious, right? And hence goes the first edible that went through the door, right? And that was after I met her at Walmart, and then I had my very first like download or my very first like channeled message that I had to get out on paper, and and I probably still have the notebook somewhere. Um, Actually, I will almost bet anybody $1 million if you want to take this bet that if I pull my notes up on my phone because I got up in the middle of the night and didn't know what to do with it, and it just all went in a note. Let me see if I can find it. Journal note, maybe? Nope. It's different. I have several of those. I know I have this. I know I do. It's been a minute though. Y'all know this is 2020, so it's been a minute. I get a lot of like messages and go to my notes if my phone's near me. I did not realize how many I needed to do this recall journaling. Apparently, uh, CBD business. It came up CBD business, and I did this, and I'll give you the date on it. 1/25 of 2020. So yeah, it was. We had seen it in the fall. We went over in the winter, and they gave me something, and this is what I woke up to. Before I went to see them, I have the first line of this note that I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote was hometown, homegrown, and homemade. Hometown, homegrown, and homemade. Because my initial statement was going to be handpicked, homegrown, and homemade. Social media presence, tell the story using all parts of the plant, farm to table products, hemp packaging, farmers markets, apartment above Airbnb, concierge service. People are overwhelmed. Educate them on the products. Scale up by partner with other similar business models. History of hemp in Virginia. See if it tore if it if you go to the High Bridge and surrounding areas to talk about the hemp markets in Virginia and all the things. Create a unique product with the local Main Street businesses to start growing the brand. A coffee syrup for the Uptown Cafe, a baked good with for the bakeries. I mean, product testers, subscription boxes. Partner with Wayfast to get contracts to be ready for delivery. This is our local like delivery service. Get into nursing homes with our foods, honey, CBD, honeysuckle. Um, Name ideas, Harvest Fest. Play on this. y'all, this was written on 125/20. I've not revisited this probably since. And all the things that are happening right now were manifest. That universe told me that in this note. I mean, this was 125 of 2020. This came out of me, and it just started happening. Okay, and if you don't believe the universe put you where you need to be, you need to stick around a little longer. I'm just telling you that. Okay, um, so all of that was right there. Right, I had that source said, "Hey, all of this is happening." The Airbnbs are even on. Like what? Like what? Like holy crap! Like really? That's before it was even legal in Virginia, right? So all of these, like when I'm sitting here at night and I am flustered to my, like, I'm like, how did I get here? I need a more adulty adult to come run this business. To be honest, Tammy, it was your laugh what drew me in. The rest was all a bonus. Be right back. Okay. But it was I can't I mean, that note, that was from 125 of 2020, and at that point, Virginia had not become a legal state. At that point, I had not made one single solitary edible. That night that I came home after talking with them, um, well, this was before I talked with them, actually. That came up. I took that over there, and we had a conversation, and I just, like, channeled another message and just, like, outlined this entire dream of mine, and it just came out of me in front of them. And her and her husband, and I love them. They're some of my very best friends. And um, they were in a situation with the CBD market kind of going weird. They had a bunch of products sitting in a warehouse, and we had all this raw material, and it was better to do something than nothing. And he's like, "Try this." He gives me a little, gifts me some keef, a big giant bag of keef, not even a big giant bag. It was literally maybe I don't know, maybe a eighth of keef, wasn't it?
It was a giant bag.
Keef. No, I'm saying whenever the first
Yes,
night.
I know exactly
Okay.
what you're talking about. We actually ate
We made
keef
cookies.
in the
Cookies.
shop.
Yes. But what I did was is I came home and I'm like, I'm gonna try it. So I watched a YouTube video on how to use keef to make edibles.
Yep.
I got a little piece of foil and I put it in there and I decarboxylated it in the oven and I did it in the crock pot.
You used the crock pot for like the first
Year.
month or two.
Year. It was all the way through. This is the January 25th of 2020 that I'm writing this note about we should do this.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't get until Christmas you got me the magic butter machine.
Right.
So
yeah,
it was a full year I used the crock pot, right? And so we we make this like butter. No. With the keef, the video I watched, you decarboxylated it and then you just sprinkled it in the batter and it mixed up. And it said that it wasn't the best method because you could get more in different places, but it was what I could do with what I had. That's what I knew how to do. So the very first thing we did was we just like sprinkled decarboxylated keef in my regular chocolate chip cookie batter. That's how I did it. I was like, I don't know. I thought, right? I really thought that when I got all this raw material, I was gonna like take it and I would just do what I do with the keef. I would decarboxylate it and then I would just sprinkle it in. And then he would show me oils and tinctures, and I started looking it up, and I just started doing all this research. Now, at this point, I still had a day job. I was a call center representative for Medicaid, and I worked from home. So I had all these screens, and they didn't monitor our stuff. We could be on Facebook, we do all the things. I would be watching between all of my calls different people on YouTube and anywhere I could find like articles on how to cook with cannabis and the medicinal benefits of it and how to dose it and what strains do what and what terpenes do what and how to make. And I said, at first it was like the cookies were like they get you a little buzz if you got the right bite, but they tasted like weed. So then we worked on like food for me when I had another little like crazy epiphany. Why food, right? Because for me, I feel I spiritually feed people, and because I feel like food encompasses all of your senses, and it like you use all of those like olfactory kind of like they just it awakens you. It's like a song, a scent, a taste. All of those things can like bring back memories and recall all the things, and it's almost like people always call food like better than sex, or oh my god, that was to die for. Food can be a very spiritual thing. So for me, it was the perfect combination of woo woo and being of service, right? Being of my soul's purpose to feed people, and in my light worker calling to like ascend and to heal. And I'm like, this is like when you get to this, it's like almost like I did like the phoenix and I rose above it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's all about elevating myself, elevating my ingredients, elevating my sphere of influence, and all of it just kind of happened, right? And when I met these people, we were partnering with raw materials. Things changed, right? And that's okay. We still may partner at some point, but they are my soulmate, and they're gifting me. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm not like taking it for free. I'm gonna like pay some fees and things, but they already have some things in place that they are no longer using. I said all that to say this, and we're gonna be officially moving hemp provisions, doing business as the Hometown Hippie with a full EIN number, with a full hemp licensing things. Um, I'm not sure who this is. I use hemp in all of its forms. So when I first started, all of my products were a 1-to-1 ratio. Now we're in a different ratio, but our products are I feel like THC and CBD give you the most medicinal benefit, and some people's medicinal benefit is just getting kind of squinty eyed and kind of catching a little giggle buzz. So, not all of the products, and we do have some things that we are going to be coming out with that are just going to be solely hemp based. Some topicals, right? There are some topicals that are going to be coming out that are going to be only hemp based, and there's going to also be a couple of other options for people who just want the CBD for their pets or their kids. So we do have some more things coming out. I'm partnering with people. These fine folks, all kinds of different people to be doing both and every form that you can use hemp. That is how I feel we should be using it, and I will explain that in just a moment. Okay. So what is hemp provisions? What am I talking about? I'm going to read the excerpt, which is going to be mine, and I'm sure it's okay. So this is what this is what their vision was, right? They are partnering with the Hemp Exchange of Virginia, the Hemp Exchange of Virginia, and there are different pillars to the cannabis market. And like hemp and cannabis are the same thing. I just use the language that's here. Hemp was more it's easier to digest for the people in the business offices of the town, basically, if that makes sense, right? And that's the thing about being an advocate for something is that I don't need to purposely shock and awe. I want to be that's what my biggest thing is, right? I want to be an advocate to where it's normalized. We were at the concert last night. I'm gonna go into this in a second. And there were people who were just like shirts undone, pants half hanging off, margarita glasses, like they were like sloppy. It wasn't like they were like just having a good time, whatever. No, they were like intoxicated. And like their pants were like they were like falling down, like they were just messy. And nobody blinked an eye. And then if you wanted to smoke a joint sitting there or hit your vape pen or eat an edible, you're some kind of something, right? And hi, how are you? And so that last night was one of the things that really like just I was like, this is a big mess. I felt like things were coming in last night. Also on the way home, right? On the way at the concert, it got real loud at the end for me and my head started pounding. And I felt like, okay, I just figured it out. And Mel helped me today. She's like, you picked up all that other energy. And Juliana said the same thing. She's like, I think it was everybody else. I was like, you're right. I didn't have my amethyst on me. I would have known that, right? My intuition. But I got real overwhelmed, right? Real overwhelmed. And so this all came like this is all came in. Well, I have to share this with y'all tonight. Okay. So I picked up all that energy. And I was like, my whole entire goal with this, and I get so like ADD like everywhere. My entire mission with this business, right, was to educate. We started off our group, and there was nothing but like, hey, here's what sativa is. Here's how hemp went around. Here's why it was illegal. Here's why it shouldn't be illegal. Here's the medicinal benefits of it. Here's all the things, right? that are the reasons why we are the birds of a feather that flock together. We are not people who don't take care of business. We are people who utilize a natural plant in all of its forms for its best medicine discipline for us. Because we as individuals, as a human being, decide what's best for us. And that was my goal from day one. My goal from day two was the fact that it was all about hometown, homegrown, healthy, good foods, right? And it was all about the fact that we want to make sure that people in these food deserts have vegetables and they have clean meat, and we're not waiting for China to send us rotten vegetables and bad meat to be able to eat. And we live in areas where we can do that. And I saw all this stuff about urban gardening and urban farming. I'm like, every single hometown can do this. COVID hit. I was feeding the front lines. I was doing charitable works. That's where this was what this is always about, right? So if anybody feels that I've been off topic or off true to my messages, that's always been the mission, and that is as authentic as I can be about it. But I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this to you verbatim, okay? And this is what is going to I'm going to pay for. It's now going to be my business, and then I'm going to add the 501(c), which is going to be the Grateful Fed community, and that's going to be our charitable foundation that is going to be a part of this. And this is like the thing that has been keeping me up at night, not being able to do what they've done in this synopsis. They have gone through and done market shares of every part of the plant, how it's going to affect the region, how it helps our hometowns. And the vision is clear with this in my hand. And I'm going to read this to you if you don't mind. Take some thumbs up, some hearts, some O faces. If y'all don't mind listening to me read for a second. So this is what the business model is for the business. This is what my business is going to be. Okay. Um, Hemp Provisions is a marketplace which will showcase Virginia brands of industrial hemp products alongside national marketplace products. This retail outlet will serve as a distributorship for off-site hemp product manufacturers, especially those that have purchased their inputs from the Central Southside processing facility. The market style ambiance will attract tourists and community members who will be able to enjoy a small dining establishment, cooking classes, hemp infused food selections, pairings, suggestions, and healthy options. An event space is dedicated to hemp product awareness events, and they will allow the community and tourists to have access to local growers and artisans. Hemp Provisions offers a marketplace experience. Processing, marketing, harvesting, and education are all integrated in the project scope of Hemp Exchange of Virginia. Because it recognizes that success for all of us is independent on each of these pillars. It says the first hemp cultivation in the U.S. was in Jamestown, Virginia, and Hemp Exchange Virginia is ready to make Virginia a leader in the hemp industry once again. That's, and I can't wait to share it and to bring the dream and the work of the people who, like everybody in this, everyone I feel like in this project, and I'm going to get really overwhelmed. We talk a lot about, like, Carly and I talk a lot about this, about how we're hieroglyphics, right? How you're always reaching up for someone to kind of help pull you up, and then you're pulling somebody else up behind you, right? And I always think that that kind of looks like passing the baton, right? When you're doing like the relay races, it feels like they're always handing it off and their arms go back when they hand the baton off. And one person's reaching back to grab it, right? It's kind of the same thing. And in this project, like I I feel like here's the thing, like I am so overwhelmed with this because here's the thing. So many people have worked on this project. If y'all could see this project that I was handed to look at and to know about and to be set, we're not doing anything with it, Tammy, and it's your dream, and we want you to do it. We're going to work on getting that all, you know, transferred over to your name solely. And um and And to know that like everybody worked because this was the end result. And it doesn't matter who takes it over the finish line. It just matters that it gets over the finish line. And that's how important this is to me. And that's when I knew that it was soul's purpose, right? And I heard something the other day that said, what's the thing that you're willing to do 100 times without being successful and get up tomorrow and do it a fucking again? Right? That is your soul's purpose. The thing that you are meant to do is the thing that you will do 1,000,000 times without reward. And tomorrow you never doubt that you're going to get up and try it again. Right? Whew. So, even if it is not me who takes this over the finish line, this work is going to go over the finish line. Right? I believe that the reason that this was handed to me to take control of it at this stage when it's very close to the finish line, I feel like I've been given the ball on the 10-yard line, and it's the bottom of the it's not even the bottom of something. I like it's the fourth quarter. It's all two different sports. That 420 cookies became a 455, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? Um, I'm like, it's like you can see the end zone and like your tunnel vision, and you're ready to score the touchdown. But here's the thing, right? If I'm the person who's handed the ball on that 10-yard line, and I have tunnel vision for that still that the score to take this over the finish line. The only way, the only way I am able to do that is because my team is strong and they're blocking for me, and there's people on the sidelines cheering for me, and I've had great coaches, and there have been people who have pushed me to the place where I can do this. There are many of you watching me who are on this team, and if you're hearing this, you're on this team, and it is our mission, and that's why I say this is mine, right? But it's not. It's ours. Now this has been entrusted to us to take over the finish line. Now, it takes a village. It's going to take a team, okay? And I'm going to need help. And I'm going to need all hands on deck. And I'm going to ask for some things, and I am not good at that. I'm so bad at that. I am so very bad at that, right? So I'm going to ask you to hold me accountable, right? Um oh my gosh, my throat chakra is on fire. Pull that out. Ugh. I don't know why, but I didn't. Oh man. Woo. Whew, if you know what I'm doing, you know what I'm doing. It is on fire. Holy mackerel. That's not even the right way to do it. That's why I won't work it. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. On fire. But here's the thing, y'all. I'm awful at it. I do not know how to do it. The right side hurts because it's been in service of the other side. Now here's the thing. Universe is like, we have told you. And 2x4 therapy is here. Lupus is in full flare. I am tired, but I'm getting there. I'm getting it done. I am so ready, right? To tell. And here's the thing. Everybody did this with heart energy. This feels like heart energy to me. It feels like people who just have a good soul. Um, We're like, here's our role in this, and now we need you to take it over the finish line. And I want everybody to know, and y'all should know this about me, is like I don't win by myself. Like that does not happen ever. Like that, there's nobody wins alone. But the same lady, my same friend Alicia. I'm just gonna call her who it's Alicia. She also bought me this book, and she picks me up the most like little thoughtful trinkets. And I am forever grateful because of some ingenious ideas that were courtesy of cannabis that we might be allowed to take this to fruition. Which I talk about legacy, and I talk about filling up the cups, filling up the lights in the cups. But I feel so full. My heart is so full. I feel all that love that y'all send me. And as a giver, I'm realizing that the overwhelm is that I don't know how to say thank you enough. And the only thing that I know to do is just to work harder and to make this happen as quickly as I can, right? But divine time. Divine Heather's like, she knows. Heather's exactly right, right? Heather says divine time, girlfriend. That's what it is, right? The universe is like, hey, you're on the 10-yard line. All right. And you're gonna it's tunnel vision. And this is how it looks, this is how it feels to me, okay? And y'all are gonna laugh at me, right? You're gonna laugh at me. It feels like I've got the ball, and it's like everything else is like it's like I'm not going anywhere. I'm just like it's like slow motion, right? And um I say that, and then I look, I'm like, oh, I'm on the 5-yard line, right? We're almost, this is like we're one more yard closer, right? We're one more yard closer. We need to make this a fruition. So, I in search of, okay, so this is where I'm going to ask for some help, okay? Number one, I would love for us to, we're gonna slow down on our social media. I don't mean that in a literal way, right? What we're gonna do is right is we're gonna go back to our roots. We're gonna do some more educational pieces. I'm gonna focus my posting more on the cooking aspect, how to infuse. I'm gonna do a lot more of the strain talks. We're gonna do like strain of the day kind of thing, right? Um, we're gonna talk about how it can actually like we're gonna do some maybe deep dives. And if y'all would like, send me some like Dear Tammy questions. We used to do that a little in my old group. It was like Dear Tammy, and they would ask me sex ed questions, like questions about relationships and stuff for pure romance. I think we should do that here because we're also starting a show with Peaksview Hydro and like anything about cooking with it or anything about growing it, and we're gonna do a little podcast together. We should call that farm to table because he farms it and I table it. I need to call him and tell him that. I need to write that down. That was another ingenious idea, courtesy cannabis. Cannabis and lots of emotions today, right? Lots of big emotions today. And I say that because here's the thing: if you're new here, we want to cordially invite you tonight. If you're not new here, if you're here, you are cordially invited. That's that should be farm to table and be an offshoot of how the cookie crumbles. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Y'all know that 420 cookies open up my creative mind. So we might get over the finish line today if we keep talking. I do a whole business meeting with y'all and me like we're all on the same. We are on the same team. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why when I come here and I do this with y'all, it's like we're like I'm at work with y'all now. Like, okay, we're at work. What are we doing for? Be like, where are we going with this? And it's like y'all telepathically come into my guys. Um, that's awesome. And that's the thing. I would love your contributions, right? Because what did I say? Work with other people. I want to have local artisans. I want to have people who I can trust, right? Does it smell when you cook cannabis in the oven? Yes. So whenever you decarboxylate the raw material, it does have a scent. So if you have to worry about scent going through your house, doing it in the oven is not the best way. There are decarboxylation boxes that you can buy that keep the scent out. There are actual machines that will do everything in one machine for you. If you're doing it at home, I would recommend one of those machines. I'm actually going to um, get a couple other machines and do some videos on that specifically and show you how to use each one and talk about the pros and cons of it. For me, the magical butter machine is just a workhorse, and I do a lot of it. And obviously, my house is a weed factory, so it's no big deal. But there are ways to do it without smelling up your house. But in the oven, yes, you will have the scent of cannabis. And it'll yeah. So for real. So yes, hi Gina, how are y'all? Good question. I love answering questions like that. So, but I want to have y'all. So another thing y'all can do is I'm gonna plant y'all to call in to our show. We're gonna have like a live call in kind of podcast to ask questions. So come on and ask questions like that and ask growing questions. So the so the things that I need to do, right? I need to find an attorney and I need to find an accountant. And I need to be able to have somebody that I can trust because y'all know me, I can't be a liar. And I need them to be like honest enough honest enough and cool enough at the same time. All right. I'm sorry. My internet we have a storm coming up. Chills in the audience. But yeah, so I really truly would love I'm looking for those things, right? Somebody who can like lead me in the right direction in an accounting purpose, who is very good at what they do. Somebody that would jive with me, right? I'm gonna say like I don't attract that negative energy. So I need a lawyer and I need a accountant that vibes with me. And if you know, you know. Like my kind of woo woo. Like they won't be upset if I wear my crystals into their office. So, on that note, that was the kind of a big thing today. That came up yesterday. Um, she had already told me, and then her husband came by to see me. He's going to leave for town, and I was helping a friend out who needs some help sleeping and needed some medicine, and he's going out of town. I was like, here you go, and so I wanted to make sure everybody was taken care of, and I look forward to partnering with them because he makes amazing topicals, and I want to be the catalyst to say, like, here's the thing, like, not everything is for everybody. And, so I thought a food trip was where I was going to be. We were going to do that together too. I was like, but we're not there. And there may be ways that there's contribution or collaboration in the future. And I love the fact that we could each grow and each be our genuine, authentic selves, and nobody's feelings get hurt and nothing be a problem with anything. And they are the most beautiful people ever. They really are. They're just amazing people. And I'm very I'm very hopeful that I will be able to repay this enormous favor one day. Like I just that's the people that I don't know how to say thank you to, right? Sometimes you just don't know how to say thank you. And so I think that we might do something with our Harvest Fest and like in honor of or something. I don't know. We're gonna figure something. A little something for everyone. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I feel like I don't like everybody needs to be involved, and it's all about the community and the village and one hometown at a time. And I guess at this point we're agreeing to 1 yard at a time and all in divine time. And that is what today is about. So we're gonna go back to our roots a little bit. We're gonna talk about a little bit more of our clean and healthy eating. That's also gonna help Red and I maybe do some clean and healthy eating because we've been like junking it up. You get that stuck energy, you get into a stuck mood. Vegetables are in. Speaking of that, it is 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna go chop up some squash and zucchini and some onion and some potato, and I'm going to go in there and see how that London broil looks, and then shuck some corn and cut some tomatoes up. So we're gonna have a nice grilled summer vegetable dinner. If the weather holds out on us, we don't have to eat right now. I'm not really that starving at this point, but I know he's ready to eat and go to bed. The journey of it, I love that so very much. I'm gonna actually write that. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I definitely need to. So let me ask you a question because this is something that's been on my mind and something I've been wanting to do. We're limited to what we can do on Facebook. I do love my lives and I love coming here and being here with all of you and doing cards and all that. I'm never gonna not do somebody's sermon. I love it. But I am thinking on one of our mornings we might do some accountability and we will go on a Zoom and we'll do like a morning wake and bake and shake and I'll put the music on and hear a little playlist and we'll just do a Zoom dance party to get up and wake and bake and shake. And then maybe we can do like Heather can find us a good video on YouTube to watch on something while we share the screen while we do some like maybe some yoga, just kind of get up and get our bodies moving and together. We can do it on a Zoom chat. And that's just an accountability called the Healthy Hippies Wake and Bake and Shake. And that gets us all moving in the mornings and kind of makes us accountable to get up and get going and all the things. So I think those are the things we're going to start going back to our roots a little bit. And I feel like that maybe that's that attunement from Reiki. I've just like started to Qigong. I don't say words right. Y'all know that about me. I am as country as cornbread. I say things real country. So I call it Kajong. I'm like, what is Kajong? I don't know what that is. Then I hear my sister telling me quinoa. I'm like, Quiona. I don't know what this Quiona is. Like, it's quinoa. I was like, why is there a Q? It should be a K. So, Qigong. Qigong. See, there's no C in that. I don't know. I love your country. I love your country. Yeah. So now, like I said, if you were hearing my voice, we talked about the wake and bake and shake. We will more to come on that. I will get that figured out, right? Second order of business. Tonight is our Thursday night heart space meditation at on Zoom. Hello, hello, hello. At 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so set an alarm. That's 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm not sure what time it is Mountain time. It's not 8 o'clock. It's probably 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I don't know. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is in three 3 hours minus 10 minutes, so 2 hours and 50 minutes. That's how bad it is right now. So we have Aaron. Come get that love we're sending out tonight. We put you on the heart space list this week. There's so many of us that are on here that are sending out love too. And what Carly has agreed to do, y'all, guess what? Specify time. What Carly has agreed, even in the middle of a giant flash sale that she does, like a customer appreciation sale once a year. And if you have not shopped it and you need some pure romance, you should go shop it. But that aside, um, she has agreed. She's, I need to take a break from work, and I'm going to come do that and send some energy out. She's going to come do that meditation for us. I am going to record it tonight so we have it. I'm not going to do it live on Facebook. I feel like that energy needs to be in that group. It's a reason for that, but I do want to record it tonight. And I am so grateful for everybody who can show up to send that love out. It was phenomenal last week. And because my account had gotten messed up when we changed banks, my account ran out, so Carly shortened it. But tonight, there's no reason to shorten it. We're gonna get the full meditation with the full experience. We all kind of know what to expect. Get comfortable tonight. Get your headphones on. You can leave your camera off if you want to. We go on. We say hey to everybody. Carly does the meditation, and then if you want to afterwards, then we can hang out and puff and eat your nighttime snack. We can have a little nighttime nibble. I'm gonna be honest. I like to do my nighttime nibble before that because that's one of those good get into the deep meditation. You can do that. I call it a blaze and gaze kind of a meditation where you get into that space where you're real still and you're real quiet and you can just be immersed in that meditation. I'm putting headphones on tonight and I'm gonna put an eye mask on, I think. I really want to submit into that just fall into that meditation. It felt really good last week, and I feel like tonight it's going to be off the charts. So I'm going to encourage everybody who's hearing me. If you've never meditated before, we had tons of meditation virgins last week. They were blown away. They said they will never miss it again. It made them feel so good, so energized. And if I'm talking about how we're helping you from farm to table, um, taking care of you as a person helps your hometown, right? Starts with every little hometown hippie individual. I will be there with bells on. I love it. The energy transfer is more fluid and easy if I medicate first. Yes, me as well. That is 100% right. I am way more open. The veil is way thinner for me. As you can see, I'm like, gotta go right. I'm like, I have some things that are like boom, 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 boom. I love it, Aaron. I hope that you will come there and be there for that. It is such a great it is really, 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 really amazing. I can't even explain it. It was off the charts last week. It was amazing experience and getting experience with my girls. Yes. Make sure she gets the invite for tonight, and anybody that you guys want to invite. Anybody, right? We don't yuck anybody's yum. They can come listen. Don't nobody would be rude, but we just come and we participate. There's no charge. There's nothing. I'll post the Zoom link. It's in the group in the event. Accept it. Say you're coming. We'll do it every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. If things are off one week, we might change it up one week to a different day, possibly. but we're going to try to hold it at 8 o'clock on Thursday nights. Plan on stopping about a 30-minute process. For if you wanted to come just for the meditation, about 30 minutes. So you would just take a little bit of moment to kind of stop and take some love for yourself, send it out to the world and to some specific people on a list. And she reads them. We take that energy in, we push it out, and it's just amazing how it feels, right? Yes, we are too, Gina. So on that note, I'm going to get off of here. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are my team. Y'all are my cheerleaders. Y'all are my coaches. Y'all are my people that hold the concession stand. Y'all are my village, and I love you so much for being my village. And like I said, I'm looking for the two things I'm looking for, and I'm going to ask y'all for some favors with some call-ins, some like boosting some things. But if nothing else, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. As we always say, peace, love, and feast, and stay elevated, my friends. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all at 8 o'clock tonight. I'll post the link before just to make sure it's in there again. If somebody could do that, our internet's getting really bad. Do you mind posting that for me, Heather or Melanie? Somebody? I know one of y'all will because they all love me and y'all will. I love y'all so much. Hashtag stay elevated, grateful fed, peace, love, and feast. Stay elevated. Love y'all.